You don't know on the Real Things podcast. Hey, yo!
So, people, without any further ado, we are going to be delving into today's episode of the podcast where it is alleged that Daniel has been selling information off to negative reactors, the likes of JT, and also has been lying to garner support from subscribers. Welcome back to today's leg of the podcast. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Kindly subscribe to the channel where we do African village stories, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Look around on the playlist, check them out and get familiar. And if you are returning for the umpteenth time, welcome back. Kindly like the premiere as you come in and let us meet in the comments section. Guys, I'm left without words. It's not like I didn't see this coming. Like there were signs. There were signs all over, written all over. But I said, Daniel is young. Give him a chance. He is. He is. But when it comes to honesty, I think it's Daniel is far from reality. Based on what I am about to play, it is shocking, shocking how far Daniel has gone. Now, yesterday we covered Daniel's behavior on the video with Grandma Goko, and that video garnered some attention, some comments, and everybody had their own opinions. And thank you guys for hyping up the video like that, like that. Thank you. Um, Someone said that Grandma had an attitude. If any one of you ever had experience, for say you've grown with or grown around an older person, especially a grandma, an older person, especially your grandmother. Let me tell you what you're not supposed to do. No second guess them. Don't second guess. You see, when granny say and granny do, you best believe she knows exactly what she's saying and what she's doing. I've seen her kind of pull back, like she pulled back when he extended his hand. There's an old saying, about shaking the hands of the enemy. And when I saw that gesture yesterday, something crossed my mind, and I said, mm 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 mm. Mm. I think somebody translated um for me and said that she was saying, make sure that what you're saying goes on camera. Like whatever Daniel is saying about whatever they were talking about, who say and what is happening. Make sure that it goes on camera so the world can see that she's basically, you know, not the one to be blamed for anything. Anywho, I don't want to talk too much. I want us to listen. For those of you who've watched Chacha's video, I guess you get it by now. But for those of you who haven't, here it is. Hmm.
You can see the environment. We are not in the village, guys. We are in Nairobi, and we really want to address something really quick. There is a wave that has been going online, guys, and It's a wave that started sometimes back. Some things we've not been saying them online. A small commotion happened between us. Let's say between it actually crossed me and Brian. I mean me and Daniel. But it has been a commotion that has been happening between Daniel and so many people. So when it crossed me is when I took Daniel, we went to Ayamara, and Ayamara solved it and told us it. I can say even what he said. Mara said that Dan should reduce the talking, and also what is actually disturbing us is poverty. That is clearly what he said. He said what is disturbing you guys is poverty, and what you can do, you can just stay away. He told us that we can stay away from the bungalow, I mean the grandma's place, so we can be coming as visitors. After that, Mara solved anything, and I believe that everything was solved, and we were even laughing as we walked out of the villa. So the following day, we traveled, me and David, to Nairobi, and we had uploaded videos. So when on the bus, we started receiving so much negative comments. So the same things we were solving, and we decided to solve them off camera. I'm the one who decided to solve them off camera. Daniel went ahead and spoke them. I think in his premiere, he spoke them to, he speaks to so many of you guys, so many of people who watch him. He spoke the same stories to him. He spoke the same stories to some reactors like JT, they usually speak. So, and
You hear there? Imagine. So when Marwa thinks that he was working with, I mean, Marwa doesn't know Daniel. We covered this yesterday. But Daniel was the first contact when the incident took place at his home. Okay, so we covered that. And imagine the things that he may have gone and told to the likes of JT and whomever, and still is out here. Let me not say too much. I am flabbergasted. Hey.
after that, it has been overwhelming. We've been receiving so much hate, and we really have to explain ourselves. So let David start, and then I can finish it up.
So guys, for me, I'm very disappointed. Daniel used to be my close friend, like in the cousin. Even when I joined YouTube, we were very close with him, but he decided to change all of a sudden, and that is now the time I also decided to walk away from him. Like, I never wanted to show it on the camera, but I had walked away from him because I can never be together with a dishonest person, a person who is after money and some greed. I can say some greedy, because guys, you see, for me, what first made me to walk away is that Daniel really never wished me to be a good YouTuber.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. 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 The thing about this whole thing is that there are young people, and honestly, when you find like young people coming together, you'll find people throwing tantrums, you'll find hate, you'll find squabbles, you'll find fight. And that's why I was here saying give Daniel a chance, because he honestly, but he's still young. But if you're going to be this deceptive, if it's true, and I don't think that Chacha and Robbie would be sitting here saying all of this and saying calling Marwa's name in the middle of it, because remember now they said that they went to Marwa. They took Daniel to Marwa before, and he told them this, and this. Go and sort it out. It is the poverty that have you guys behaving in this way, which is honestly, it is the truth. And stay away from Goko's house if it's going to create a problem, because then I guess by now we realize that that was what was probably bringing the tension, because this one, I guess Marwa said that because he was thinking maybe, oh, let's not let any of them go there, because you might hear now that this one is getting favor over this one, people are in favor of that one, da 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 da. These things bring problems. These things naturally brings issues. So I think that's why Marwa resorted to telling them, well, you guys just avoid Goku's proper promises. Hi, look what the house has caused. Daniel, I suspected you all along. And I said it here. I said it even yesterday. There is something about your behavior that is giving ish, kind of giving, uh, it's giving me a feeling like something is not right. I saw so many comments yesterday also. Somebody reminded me that remember when earlier on when the foundation was doing digging, they were doing the foundation that he said he if him too, like Daniel was saying tomorrow, if he too can get like a 2 bedroom something or a 1 bed, whatever. The person reminded me in the comments, and it is true. So he was already very ambitious. Not listen, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with asking for what you want. The Bible said, ask and you shall receive. But imagine seeing somebody there struggling and begging for help, begging for assistance to mend the situation, a broken situation. And you already there coming up with your own ideas for yourself. It's giving too early. It is giving too early. Wait, be patient. It was a lot of times I saw people was telling Daniel, you need to calm down. Myself said that he needs to be patient because I understand. Remember, I have kids. I have kids. I understand the angst, the ego when it comes to them settling down themselves. I been 19. You don't even know you don't know nothing about the world. Period. But if you're naive enough to really pull this off, bro, listen in, guys. If for those, this is for those of you who haven't heard anything yet.
That's thing that I can say for sure.
Oh, sorry, guys. I accidentally
Even
stopped.
I can remember I had once uploaded a certain video, and it was like, if this video didn't have gone viral, I think you could delete it, just because at my video I said that I am supposed to go and do some book recording because Daniel is not there, and I had even explained it. He's not feeling well that time, guys. He said that I was to delete the video, and that is the time now I said, the fact you are my friend, my cousin, we are close.
Wait.
You cannot
What's going on here? He's telling Robbie that he should have, if his video has not gone viral, he should have gone and delete. I mean, it's young pitney business still, because he says, she say, and finger pointing. But at this stage, these guys have experience. They have the knowledge. They have understanding what's right from what's wrong. So I'm not gonna behave as if they're babies. Yeah. So the intention here seems to be that if the fact that Marwa asked Robbie, somebody needs, I remember Marwa saying, someone or somebody, so who is going to be here to write down anything? My friend, I can't deal with this alone. I cannot manage this alone. And he said, you come, you be here, do this, because Daniel is not going to be here. You do this, you deal with this. Now you're telling me that Daniel comes back to Robbie, telling him, if your video hadn't gone viral, you would have had to delete it? What the? Hey, guys, let me not show that side of me. I can probably say fudge. What the fudge? Little boys. Right.
now be controlling me. So that is the time I decided, let me do my stuffs. He does his stuffs. We are very close. We even used to go to his grandma, where Daniel is now staying. We used to go there. We could even have meals. But after some time, I think the pride came over Daniel, and it reached an extent that they really quarreled with the elder sister. And you see, guys, I had told you guys that he is an orphan. Daniel is not an orphan. Daniel
Hold on, Robbie. Hold on. You're going too fast.
2016.
What? Wait.
But Daniel has a
Oh, what are you doing? Hold on. It reached a point that he quarreled with whose elder sister? I didn't get that part. I probably now gone back too far.
the dad died 2016,
Aye.
but Daniel has a mom, and it's just that they're living a grandma.
Hey.
where Daniel is now staying. We used to go there. We could even have meals. But after some time, I think the pride came over Daniel, and it reached an extent that they really quarreled with the elder sister. And you see, guys, he had told him.
He really quarreled with elder sister. I wonder if he's talking about Goku's daughter. Because what elder sister would have been involved there? Wait. Now, Robbie, you're talking in parables. What elder sister is this? Because I'm now thinking that maybe it is Goku's daughter because the way how he spoke about, if you listen back to yesterday's video that the clip that I shared in yesterday's video, how Daniel responded to Goku about the money. Actually, he didn't respond to Goko. The way how he said on his video about the money, he spoke about the money. She was paid, and that was sent to her, and I'm done with that. So it's like he's washing. The attitude that I was getting is as if he's washing his hands clean of anything that has to do with that. Even the way how he handed over the tablet, that was giving attitude. That was giving, look, to hell with you guys. I'm done with this. And I don't want to have anything to do. I gave it back to you in working condition because there might be a point in time when somebody might come and want to say that it wasn't working when I give it. So I'm clearing my name from now on camera. That was the attitude. Like that's not what he said. But it was giving all of that. So this story now that Robbie's speaking about elder sister, I'm assuming from what I heard in the clip yesterday that was played on this channel from Daniel. I'm assuming that Robbie is speaking of Goko's daughter that is supposed to return. Let's stick that right there. So and listening some more. Now, we will hear some other things that was said. I want to think that maybe some people was just moving too fast. Things was just happening too fast around us. So we may have been listening to things, just skimming over what we heard. And the reason why I'm saying no, now we're hearing that Daniel is not an orphan. That's what he's saying. Daniel is not an orphan. So me say probably some people just went into this skimming over information. Like I can remember vaguely that I heard somewhere that he was an orphan, but I don't remember hearing anything about the mom. I saw him I heard him say that he was left alone. And I was wondering, guys, you can remember if you watch me, you can remember when I was saying, why is Daniel going to everybody else's house to show Marwa when Marwa was trying to go to the river with Masagesos to see where he does the fishes, he does the fish traps. Why is Daniel being reluctant to show really where he lives? And I was saying that Mara is really relaxed with this. I would have been asking God, so really, where do you sleep? This was evident to me from the beginning that he was having some kind of sinister behavior. Listen, that's a con man attitude. I mean, me not hold it back. This is when somebody is not honest. You see, he took Marwa up to the lady that had the house. He was telling, oh, the lady daughter is a nurse. And Marwa saying, oh, yes, this is where you live. He said, no, this is some lady, something, something. Then he went to Master Gaza's house. Then now we're hearing that house is not Master Gaza's own. That is Master Gaza's brother. What a something. And the one that he walked past and vaguely just pointed, oh, over there is my pet where I was born, and he kept it moving. But Mara said, but it's locked. And he appeared as if he doesn't even have a key. No, we saw him yesterday going to the place, opening and showing around, and that he's afraid to sleep there and But you pass for a full-fledged con man. Ay, ay, ay.
I told
I'm
you
not
guys
holding
that
it back.
he is an orphan. Daniel is not an orphan. Daniel has a mom. Yeah, the dad died 2016, but Daniel has a mom. and it's just that they're living different places, the distance, you know. So that made Daniel to say that he's an orphan. Daniel is not an orphan, and he has just been doing something like very crazy. Even I
Wow.
think you saw the video that he had gone to upload to someone's room. It was one of his cousins, the brother to Masegeso. That is his room. He went there to do a video so that you can see where he usually sleeps, the area, the condition, so that you can get him some money maybe for the bed and
What a disappointment. What? Daniel, people were rooting for you. People were rooting for you. Marwa told his audience yesterday to go and help you. Now we're seeing why these guys were furious, why they were struggling to keep it together. Because he is the one in the middle. Daniel is the one in the middle that is faking it to make it. Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Ay, 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 ay. Mm-mm. What a disappointment. I mean, not me really, because anyhow you spread your bed, that's how you lay in it. That's just my motto. That's just how I see things. And I said that I saw something about him, but he still deserves a chance because I believe that everybody deserves a chance in our life because we always get forgiveness no matter what we do. But Daniel, hey,
thing. That is not Daniel's place. That is Masegeso's brother called Bari. We have been working with him at the construction site as an handman.
all right, pause. So Daniel went and told Masagesa's older brother, get out of the room, come out of the room. I want to use this room to stage where I sleep. I'm using this room for a staging. Come out, come out, come out. This is prime real estate. Hey, come out, come out. Our prime real estate. You don't need to be around here. I need to use the room for a staging because when I do this, donors will come. They're gonna feel sorry for me. But on a serious note, if this is really true, where was he sleeping before? I need to know. Robbie, where was Daniel sleeping before? Where's the bed? Was he in the house below that the bushes I see like almost growing up at the door? Where was he sleeping before?
Yeah, he's at school, and the cousin came and told me, why is Daniel? Why did Daniel tell me to get out of the room so that he can do the video? And I asked him, how did he do the video? Even before he uploaded the video, he said that he's sleeping there, and I was like, he is after the donation. That was the other reason that made me to keep myself away from Daniel. And also, see guys, when we came to Nairobi, we had come to do something that is a little bit personal. So immediately we reached, Daniel released the video. He's saying that he has run away to Kisumu maybe because of his life is in danger and some family issue. Your YouTube team Marwa knows the family of Daniel, me, Brian, Chacha Tales, Goko, and everyone. So that means he had directly pointed us as the victims. And they are so funny. He went there not after he has been taken to Marwa, after he had been reported to Marwa what he has just do. The next day he disappeared and did the video. And
Ah,
what
hold on, hold on. Okay, okay. So after problems is when he ran. Ay, ay, ay. All right, all right, all right. So now the pieces of the puzzles are coming together. Hmm. This young man is full of life, full of energy, but it's sad that, he's there scheming, and scheming like this. Daniel, you should have waited. Your time would have come. I know that people will still stay with you. I know that people will, I'll tell you the honest truth. I know that people are still going to say the reason why these two brothers come out is as if is as if they want to gang up on Daniel. Because I've even seen it in the video that I did yesterday. Um they want to gang up on Daniel and so on and so forth because Daniel is alone. Now that you're getting a better look at the picture, that he makes the trouble and then he runs and cries that they after him when it's him. I suspected something like this all the time, because I realized that he cannot keep quiet. Even from I said it yesterday too, even from the post that he made on his timeline about people wanting to say that his head is big, he has a big head, and oh, I'm just here trying. I'm only trying. I'm a young person and I'm trying. Yes. Nobody not taking that from you. But the problem of the matter is that you don't it doesn't appear as if you want to be corrected when you do too much. You have to settle. And that's why they're saying that's what they were saying to you. Calm down. And imagine these two young men had to take you up before Marwa. For Marwa to correct you. Marwa tell you to be quiet, but you went again and made video, you responded to people in the comment section, you spoke negative, and then you run again. Lord have mercy, it will never end. Anyway, it is family and you will always have infighting. And this is what we as outsiders need to understand and know our place. I always say this. I will say what is on my mind, but I'm done. I will never go and reach out to nobody and communicating to them like that. No, hell no. Leave them and let them figure it out. It's not the first. They've been having issue before because I heard Marwa say that Chacha, you go and deal with them because remember Daniel had been in trouble with them before. Whomever it was when they were dealing with the fencing, when they wanted to have the meeting about the boundaries and whatnot, not. And he said, Chacha, you go and deal with it, not Daniel, because remember he's been in trouble with those people before, meaning maybe the older one, the ones next door. You understand what I'm saying? So he's been at it way before Goko's situation. So he's saying all of that to say his family squabbles all over again. It's not new. So us as outsiders need to understand too and come out of it and let them figure it out. It's just that it is playing out online. But these two are out here to let you guys know that he's not being truthful. And I don't find no harm in that. I don't find no harm in that because they're giving facts. They're giving facts. No, they're letting us to know that it is a staging in the room. It is a staging in the room. He told the young man, "Get out, make me put the bed, let me do the video." Blah. Well, indeed, actually, I tell you, indeed, I think I overheard Daniel saying that um at one point he sleeps in the room with Masagesos. He never said. I don't remember him saying Masagesos' brother. It was Masagate. Anyway, let's listen on some more.
This guy is trying to brainwash you guys. He ran away because he had received the life threats and something like that. And so funny, he's saying that the guy hosted him. And at the same video, the guy is a friend. That is not being hosted. That is going to visit your friend that now decided to host you. He had went to visit the friend, not running for his life. And so funny, the next day he comes back to the same place where he had received the life threats, and he's now there trying to embarrass grandma, because how can you say that grandma is somehow ungrateful just because he feels uncomfortable, maybe speaking to the camera and something like that. Remember, grandma is not used to YouTube and everything,
Exactly,
like media,
exactly.
something like that, the cameras. And also, she is old. She needs time to rest. She's an old woman. So
Yep.
why should you embarrass him, saying that he's ungrateful? And at the same time, you expect now people to take it easy. No, for us we had some issues. You had addressed it. We are treating your life and something like that. We decided to stay silent. But this of grandma being ungrateful to people, that is now something
Hold
that has
on,
made us to
hold on,
break
hold
the
on, hold on,
silence.
hold on, the church. Hold on. So I'm having an issue understanding what you mean. We have some issues. People are threatening your life. What do you mean? You had some issues with him lying that people are threatening his life? I don't know. I don't understand that part. And then you add a but. But the issue with grandma, you should not. So are you accepting that yes, indeed, there was an issue with the life threatening thing? Let me know. Let me know. I don't understand that part. And if so, it's wrong. You don't get the right to do anything like that. No, it's wrong. Wrong. It's crazy. It's not worth it. All of this is nonsensical and ego and pride involved. Nonsensical. So if it's true, if I do understand what you're saying, to be the fact that yes, indeed, there was an issue with life threatening. Da 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 da. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's totally against. That's against the law. That's Anyway. Let's stick to what he was saying with grandma. Let's hear what he was saying about with grandma, which I said it here yesterday on the podcast that I didn't like the reception I was getting. Grandma was pushing back because I didn't like Daniel's energy in that video. I didn't like his energy in the video. I didn't. He came with fire. So most likely grandma pushed back, you know?
Daniel, you're not doing something right. Can you just change for the good? You can never be maybe trying to do something bad so that you can get the fame, so that the good that was in you, yes, you are good. You did book recording. I was there. You did it very well. You took Brian to school, but why should you reach there and say that Brian should stay away from us because we had now gone against Maro? And that was a lie. And that's something that made you and Chacha to go to Maro. Even I wasn't there. But you see, after that, the next day you're going to say life threatening and you have run away. After then you're back. You're saying I'm back. Gee, I want to get to my home and whatever. We have no problem with grandma house. And even grandma is not comfortable living with someone. See, grandma is someone that is used to live alone. Like,
Right.
Brian could disappear, nowhere to be seen. The daughter is at Nairobi working, and grandma could stay alone. So even if he sees someone at the house, maybe that is the same thing that makes him maybe to feel uncomfortable because he is used to stay alone. And also grandma was claiming that you are always doing things on camera, not at the real life. Since the goats were brought at that house, if not grandma looking out after them, it's connected to 54.
OMG. Daniel, you are busted. At this time, Daniel, you are busted. So basically, what he's saying is that grandma is saying that Daniel is always doing things on camera, meaning that for the camera. That's what he means. Because he continued by saying, if it was not for him, for Goko or Connect 254 or himself, those goats would have been where? So he didn't care about the goats after that. Any polishing up or any style, anything like showing that what he's doing for the goats, it was all for the camera. He seized the moment. Daniel seizes the moment. These boy come to destroy. No, on a serious note though, they were having massive issues. This is a video that is showing that they were having serious problems. Like it was a volcano bubbling, just waiting to explode because they weren't liking his behavior. It's just that, you know, these things are quite normal. Even if you have siblings in the home, they will squabble. And this is exactly what we're seeing on and all of them will never have the same attitudes and intentions. So these two are sticking together and they're saying that leave grandma, let her live. She understands, they understand that she spent most of her years being rejected, being alone. Let her be. She's not comfortable with a whole heap of, she don't want nobody in the house. If the daughter comes back, it's fine. Otherwise than that, leave her alone. Nobody. I was saying the same thing, honestly, but I think Mara was in fear because he knows that thieves can actually go inside and do whatever they want. She over in her bedroom sleeping, anybody could be in the other side of the house, and if she forgets to lock the door or lock the windows, I mean, nobody can get through the windows, can they? I don't know. People will do anything in these times if they feel like things are. I even knock off padlocks and those kind of things. I was thinking why they don't put tower bolts. They have this thing they call tower bolts, the ones that like are on the gates, the end gate that they will use to get the goats out, the smaller gate. Those types, like tower bolts, can be additional locks on the ins because a padlock they could easily push their hand inside and knock off the padlock in the night without her even he or clip it off. Anyway, we're not hoping for nothing like that. The more I look at this video, is the more I realize that Daniel had a plan which he never hid from early stages. His plan was to get something like better than what he already has, you know. He's had a hard life and you can't blame him for being ambitious, honestly. But when you're going to add deception with being ambitious, you will fall. You will fall from grace very quick, very swift. And this is exactly what is happening right now because these two are here to cut down Daniel, period. To stop him in his tracks because they tried already with Marwa. And because it was behind closed doors, and Daniel keeps coming back to the public platform to show to have a show of force that, well, this is this, maybe not a show of force, but he's just not changing. He's like through their eyes they're seeing him, the same person doing the same things, in his own ways, and they want to stop it here and now. And I think the aim of this video was to not let him deceive the public because you know he's deceptive, period. And they did say like, he's not telling the truth, and they're here to clear the air. Like, he's been deceptive. It is sad though, guys. It's really sad to see that after all of this, and he was there. There was some times too when he was very, very adamant, like he has to be at Marwa's side, be in position. I was watching his personality, and I'm like, little boy, calm yourself. You have a lot of angst in you. You. Calm. In my mind, I was watching. I said, mm-mm, mm-mm. It's like he's craving for demanding attention. But I understand if you're bookkeeping, it comes with very stern practices because then things, if anything goes wrong, you are going to be the one to blame. We've seen Marwa tell him, listen, you will get me in trouble because you're not writing this. I could understand that maybe these are some of the reasons why he was standing and being adamant, like for being close to Marwa, you know. But there was something else in the mix. There was something that I couldn't put my finger on quite, but it was just this angst in him. It was just this thing in him. And before I come off of here, let me just say this thing. Daniel, you're playing with fire because, like, at this point, I want to say that you are dancing with the devil in a way because you, I mean, no, come to think of it. Come to think of it, was the one who was the one that took that video with Ginto and released it? Ah, ah. Did they blame the wrong person? I hope it's not you. Did you have a phone at that time even? Were you the one? Them say the little other crazy one. I say crazy because he always be looking kind of crazy. Well, anyway. Who took that video really? Did they blame the wrong person? Come to think of it, because if you are friends with the likes, I mean, I'm not saying that you have to have enmity with nobody, but if you're friends with the likes of JT, no telling what you're dishing out on a daily basis, and you're very adamant about being at Marwa's side. Hey, you see, in this world, you don't even know. You don't even know who it is that you have to trust nowadays. Hey, I'm not saying that he should have an enmity. Remember, the village that this boy came from, hails from, is like an adjacent village. So to Nyabohanse. and he would have known them. Maybe they went to school together, whatever, whatever. I don't know. No, school together. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm saying that if he's friends with these kind of people and know that these people are Marwa's, sworn, I would want to say sworn enemies, because at this point, what else can I call it? Because if somebody lives and thrives on taking you down on a daily basis, no matter what cost, no matter what it's going to cost you to expose a so-called exposee on a daily basis, then you have to say a sworn enemy. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. And if Daniel was be friends and talking to, and then hey, I'm telling you, anyway, these are lessons. And I hope, sometimes when you see people just shut off and shut the world out, it's just it's like you're gone in protective mode. And don't be surprised that this might not be a valid lesson for many people involved.
There is a day I got them out at around 1 daytime, at around 1, and you are at the compound, and I was like, I think you are staying there, so you are doing something bad. This is not how YouTube operates. Remember, Team Marwa is for vlogging and having the content, not putting them people down, not trying to look good. Daniel, that is not right, for real. And guys, for us, we have no grudge with Daniel. For me, I took Daniel as my friend, as my brother, as a cousin. We could do a lot together even before YouTube came in. But once I discovered Daniel is dishonest and it's now trying like to con people, maybe because it is an orphan, he doesn't have a good place to stay, maybe he wants now to have a house. Daniel, the problem is that you're jealous. You admire grandma house, that's why you want the same to be done on you, and you're ending up saying that grandma has been ungrateful
All right,
because
hold on, hold on, hold on. To admire something, Robbie, to admire something that somebody has doesn't have to say that the person is jealous. Um, you know, if he's inspired by grandma's house, I don't see that as jealousy. I see that as him being inspired and being ambitious. But the wrong thing that he did was to do the staging and start to, you know, you could say no, literally being deceptive. That's all I see wrong with that picture. Is him now being deceptive. I don't see anything wrong with admiring a house. So I think don't get that part twisted. But maybe, sometimes I realize that you guys find it hard to explain yourself to us for us to understand. But you would have known what you meant. But my understanding from this is that um one cannot be one shouldn't, and this shouldn't be a form of jealousy by admiring somebody's house. You admire something, um, and then you think, oh, I would love to have one like that. That's not jealousy. It's that you're inspired. And this is how the world works, because it takes one. I mean, we've seen Marwan, you would have seen Marwan numerous times, seen saying on his channel, like, oh my God, one of these days, the way how the roads are with those trees in Europe, I would love to bring this kind of thing to the village. That's not. You see that he's inspired by the Europeans design, the way how they would build the roads and have the trees align the sides. It's inspiration. It's not envious. So I think you should get past that stage. Um, I think that the story of Daniel being deceptive is what you should stick to at this point, because honestly, no doubt about it, that's exactly what it is. At this point, based on what you bring to the camera. And another thing, another thing. Um, him leaving the goats in the premises, forgetting to take them out, or let me not say forget, because I don't know at this point. I'm just trying to address something. Him leaving the goats, or the goats being left in the premises, it doesn't mean that because Daniel brought the goats, he has to be the one taking them out. There's nothing wrong with Goko's hands. She was okay by that time when those goats came, right? I think. Um, I know normally it would have been the young boys taking out the goats in those kind of culture, but adults does the same thing too. I see people with them cow all over, even using the cows to farm. Anyway, you get the gist. What I'm saying, the goats been left late in the premises and not been taken out. It could have been, even if he was around, it could have been the fact that he was distracted so much, and not so much of him being not wanting to do it, or because he's not on camera. He could have easily had taken up his camera and say, okay guys, I'm gonna take the goats out, this is me, because it's a lifestyle content that you guys are aiming to create, right? So he could have easily done that, but maybe it was a thing that it was an issue that he was distracted because there was so much things going on. As we see, everybody was busy, busy, busy doing this, doing that. Sometimes I heard Marwa say, listen, put on the cameras, guys, and let's focus and let's get this done because we need to move, move, move. Yeah. So that part, that could pass. Unless you know of him being directly, knowing that the goats are there and ignoring them. Unless it's a situation like that. Like I said, guys, sometimes they have issues, like I see even Marwa sometimes. Yesterday I was watching Marwa speaking and responding to these people, and like, if I was in his shoes and responding to those people, mm, the way how I would have said what was supposed to be said, I'm telling you, hey, and it wouldn't have to be fire, fire. It's just that he was struggling to explain himself. And I don't, he was struggling to explain himself. Or maybe he's just trying to hold back. I don't know, but I've seen it over on numerous occasions, like numerous times. They seem to struggle to find a balance to tell off people in their wrath. Yes. Period.
He is not feeling comfortable when you are there and you have been working there for free. If he is your grandma, no need even for saying you have been working there for free. That is your responsibility then. Like, why are you in fact, you're the one disrespectful. Remember, YouTube has placed me, you, Chacha Tales, and a lot of people due to Brian and Grandma. So right now, you are now like you are against them. You even handled over the tablet, saying that you are now handing it over. After you have opened it, after you have been flexing with it at the village, you are not even respectful to Brian's items. That was
Hold on. You're going too fast. We want to get over with this and keep moving. No, on the point of working without getting paid, without being paid. Lord have mercy. Guys, listen. I've seen numerous comments here, even on the podcast, about him. Brian is the only, I mean, not Brian, Daniel is the only one that worked there and didn't get paid. Where did he get that $15,000 from? 15,000 shilling from? Huh? Did it just fell from the roof? Hmm? Did that money just fell from the roof? No, it's somebody's hard-earned money. Yeah? And it's not the 15,000 alone. There were other times when he had money, when money was given, items were given, laptops. Who would have known about Blasted Daniel unless all of this was coming to play on the screen? It's a form of payment. He has gotten things out of it. He's gotten a laptop. That laptop, he's gotten what? Laptop and what else? So I'm saying all of that to say that that is bullshit for him to come out here talking about. I saw the comments also here. He's the only one that worked and didn't get paid. Yeah, yeah. But he got items, and they wouldn't just walk there and place themselves on him down in his home where he lived. It came through the influence that Mara brought there. So that is a form of people saying to him, hey, Daniel, we appreciate you. Thanks for doing this. For doing what? Thanks for counting our monies that we sent there, that Marwa put you in place to count, because you were his first contact. I don't see no need for anything but money story. Nonsensical. And this is where people now begins to create division amongst these people. They can figure it out. It's not the first that they've had squabbles before. They can figure it out.
An item that was bought for Brian. Why can't you just be respectful on it and just have respect? You have been using it, so after now things have, you have now decided to make your moves and calculations. You're now saying that you have to give it out. Even Masegeso, when was going to school, remember you had bought the bike for yourself, and later you decided to sell it to Masegeso. I don't know how the business was closed, but why did Masegeso didn't leave for you the bicycle? He had to bring to me.
All right, hold on for that. I think I heard Marwa was telling Daniel about the tablet, to hold the tablet and something like that, and he also told him to hold the bike. So he was given the authority over Brian's items, Robbie. He was given the authority over Brian's items through Marwa. So I don't really see nothing wrong with that, unless you know that he's a fleety one. Unless you know that he's the type who would take things, break them, or take things and use it and make it appear as a show off kind of. Some people would like to take people things and show off with it as if it is his own and brag with it, unless that is the issue here. Like we will know here when you address the situation of the bike. Masageso's bike.
And say that keep the bicycle for me, then when I come back you'll give it to me. And I told him, just lock it and take it to my home, I will keep for you, then go with the kids at school. Why not you? Why can't you just answer those simple questions? Even your cousin, your close cousin came to me and tell me about what you are doing at his room. Why couldn't he just approach you directly immediately? Why can't you say, Daniel, please? It's all about content and positive vibes. Stop creating negativity. There is no life strengthening that you have. You just it's like you just want people's attention.
Hello? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Want to talk to me? Can I through?
Yes. And we are back. Urgent phone call. When the school calls, my people, you have to be there. Hello. Now, hey, what did we miss? What did we miss? Let's hear again. So the brother from Masagesos went and complained to Chacha and Robbie about what Daniel was doing, telling him to come out of the room, telling him to vacate the room so that he can do his staging, so that he can make his video, his staging video. And you know what I mean by staging. We're all adults here. Hmm? When you go to check out our prime real estate, and when you go there, it already have stuff been placed there. Furniture's already there, and da 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 da. Staging, grand staging. OMG. It's sad. That is you, Daniel, now trying to manipulate the environment. No, sir.
And sympathy. That is the only thing. That is the only thing. And you just want
That is
people to
exactly.
see that grandma is ungrateful and bad, so that they can reflect maybe someone had planned to get the donation from to grandma, maybe to support his house shopping, the maintenance of the compound at the house. So you want the donation to go to your home. Maybe you can start your construction. That is not right. That is not how things operate, Daniel. Be wise. stop fooling people, stop make brainwashing people. Exactly, you are now trying to brainwash people. And grandma, the reason why I think you say is not feeling comfortable, grandma once immediately we had launched the house, the ceremony, I told grandma, you cannot be staying away alone here. The house is big and you need someone. Why shouldn't you just tell Daniel, because he's the one that have been here at the ground and everything, so that he can come and stay with you? Grandma was like, I don't want.
At least we are now hearing this because and this now for those who were saying that they had the brothers had their own intentions. At least now you're hearing they were giving grandma the preference to have Daniel there instead of any one of them. You understand? So that that is to prove to you guys that there were no sinister intent between them, or at least the Robbie. Because he suggested to have Daniel stay there because Daniel was the one who was doing all the runnings. And in truth, because they came on later. So that is a good thing. That is showing you that they don't have no ill intentions. Hey.
Him. I don't want anyone. I'm okay. And I understood because grandma is used to stay alone. I understood that. But you also said that you are always after camera. After you have switched off the camera, you always do your things. Yes, that is the fact, and that is the real thing.
So the boy is an actor. Yo, he is a show boy. Daniel, you're a show boy. So once you switch off the camera, you do your things. Eh. So when the camera is on, then you play nice. Not good. Not good.
Daniel, can
Not
you be
good.
genuine? I just decided to break out my voice. Be the genuine person. Do things from your heart, not for the camera. Yeah, that is all about it. You have done it. People have really get sad of us. They say that we are jealous. What for? We are not jealous. Like, why should we be jealous? We really wished even you could be staying there. But why should you do this? This is not good. And guys, also maybe where we had went wrong, me and Chacha and everyone, maybe you feel we went wrong. We are also apologizing. Yeah, but we had to say it out. That was not good. That
Yeah. And it's good to apologize if you said something that probably had caused offense, or if you done something. So it's good to apologize. It takes somebody with heart to do that. Even though you have people with sinister behavior, they will apologize and still go do even worse than what they did before that led them to having to apologize. Anyway, my people, you've heard a lot. We've learned a lot from this one sitting. I can't do anything more. I had other things I wanted to talk about, but Lord have mercy. This is gonna have to cut it for me. Leave your sentiments and thoughts in the comment section. And if you've watched this far and you still have not yet subscribed, kindly do just that. My hope for this family is these young men, is to get it together, and pass this and don't escalate anything more. It's good that they've come out to say what's happening in the background, because for those of us who were wondering what the heck, like myself, what the heck, and we were just assuming, oh, is this, is that, is this, but I suspected it had something to do with family issues, and also Daniel, it was stemming from Daniel's attitudes. Yes, I saw it. Mm. I've seen it. Daniel, I still not putting you down because I know you're young, but you have to cut out the manipulative mentality, because right here so now you just unalive yourself in a kind of way. You just did something where all the energy, the good energy that was turning for you, you probably just splitted your crowd. You probably just split it all who was in favor of you and working for you, and you just created something right there. So anyway, I just hope that you know people would help him to elevate him out of the mental state that he's in, that poverty. I saw somebody said that he's working, and if he's working well, then he can change, because you don't have a chick nor a child, so you can help yourself also. It's good you already have the foundation, which is the land. I've seen some good doors, I've seen some good windows in the building for your original building. And you can use those also. Just get some bricks, somebody would help you with some cement, sand, and stone, and you do something properly so you don't have to fear, and you get some solar. Or you get, I don't know what is fearing you from where you are, because the buildings looks solid from the outside. Even the roofing looks okay. So do your thing and help yourself, and just stop with the ill behavior, because it is just gonna bring chaos, which we don't need in this time. After such a after such an achievement, this is what the end have to be. Boy, everything where mankind involved in a boy is always some bagger. Anyway, my people, look up on yourself. And another thing before I go out, I don't want to forget. I just hope that people don't go on by blaming Goko that she's selfish and whatnot. That you have to understand this thing. After somebody being in like being living by themselves so long, eh? So long by themselves. You don't just expect that suddenly overnight people can just get up and can be able to tolerate the real world. It's like it's like coming out and seeing all what is happening around you, and it's gonna be hard. It's like you're coming out of a cave and the sunlight hit your eye. That's the only way we can really use. That's the only thing metaphor that I can use right now. It's like coming out of the darkness and the sun just hit you in your eyes. Meaning that living all this time in solitude, complete, and coming out now to force somebody to be living in your same space, let alone it's a young male. Um, the type of music, the things that they're gonna want to watch, the way how they're gonna want to keep the house. I mean, Daniel would have been good practice in a sense, because then she will have to tolerate Brian. Brian have nowhere else to go, and she can't put him out neither, because it is his. It came through him. That blessing came through him. So she's left with no choice than to stay by her side and be able to thrive in the environment. Brian is her grandson, but you know how grandparents sometimes tend to get they will let go off of you and let you go and go do your self destruction. Because when you go out there and feel, if you notice when Mara went there first, she had a standoff appearance, like she stood up like she never even knew Brian. She looked like she never even knew Brian. You understand? But it's because she know he's synonymous for getting into trouble. She knows. She knows. And that would have even caused the environment, the society, them to even look down on her even worse. You understand? Because, oh, the grandson is a troublemaker. But thank God we are past that. Let us hope, as I say, I'm begging, you guys don't go saying that she's selfish, she's this because she want to be alone. It takes time. And because she's living in that environment and she would have known about Daniel's behavior, because it's apparent that he has a way. He has a way. You understand? Because she would have known about the behavior, then she would have been reacting in that way. Plus, the things that these young men would have gone and said to her, explained to her about what he's doing, they would have said it to her. Come on now. So it would have caused her to want to stand off with him, have a standoff attitude with him, because that he's not being truthful. So she wants to distance herself from him because what he's doing is wrong. All right. I hope that clears up everything for some of the comments, that was left in the comment section. I appreciate all of the comments. Them anyway. All right, my people, big up on yourself. I do hope that you enjoy your weekend. Can't not believe that it is already Friday. The week done. How much weekend of September this already? Can you believe that? September. My. Anyway, my people, big up on yourself. One love, and I'll see you guys on the next one.